Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with Bumpy D on GTA 5 flying in an unmanned helicopter. Now that does come important in a few seconds as he's being chased by his friend in a fighter jet. And the jet tries to lock on to the chopper. The chopper does a quick about turn. The jet fires a missile, misses, and as the missile is trying to curve around to go chase after the helicopter, the plane flies into its own missile. Well done. That's incredibly difficult feat to achieve. And yeah, that's one way to defeat a jet chasing. Is Fear Gorm on a GTA 5 going for the spectacular aerial overtake / attack? It is a big backflip across a jump, lands on the nose of his rival to move up into second place. It was cutting a bit fine with the whole flip and everything, but to just sort of bounce off the bonnets of the cars you are racing, not bad going. 190 HP on GTA 5, also with Franklin defying a little bit of physics right there. Now, crashes in which drivers get flung out the windscreen of cars, well, they happen fairly regularly, but this one is a little bit different. The Panto essentially keeps going straight on, while Franklin doesn't. In fact, Franklin would perhaps have stayed sat there if it hadn't been for the back of the C coming around and knocking into him, and the Panto causes chaos in the junction, but yeah, strange one that. Two-wheeling Finn with a Penumbra and a very unhealthy engine. I'm going to be honest, if that sort of smoke was coming out of the back of my car, I would be rather keen to not be driving it. Quite frankly, it's highly likely that it is some form of glitch with one of the stunt plane trails you can get, one of the plane trails you can get, that for some reason has managed to get itself attached to a car. Because the player goes and steals the vehicle. It doesn't matter the fact that this is now a player-driven car. Who knows what would happen if you'd saved the car in your garage or something. But, yeah, the trail is stuck to the back of the Penumbra. Makes for quite an effective smokescreen. And that wasn't the only one. Stuntman on GTA 5 with the Prius. Yep, that is an offensive blue smoke trail coming out of the Prius. We said Reese was going to start something with the attack pre, and well, it's getting some new defensive mechanisms. Although, admittedly, this time around, it isn't actually the car that the offensive blue trail is attached to. Maybe it is the ghost of Reese in a different GTA Online session, because it's attached to actually the pedestrian that was in his car that's now going around and making a smokescreen. As a new one, but it's quite entertaining. Mr. Insane on a Need for Speed Payback is trying to get away from the police. The police actually do a fairly effective job of managing to crowd him into a wall. However, his Mustang, that has a little bit of a party trick. Yep, it can wheelie its way over police cars. That's a very helpful thing for getting you out of trouble right there. Very helpful thing indeed, being able to simply wheelie your way over the roadblocks. Sergeant Rumpel on Need for Speed Payback, also in another police chase, battling his way, gets a little knock into the back of a fairly heavily armoured sort of security car. Now, the Evo goes tumbling down the road, as we would perhaps expect. It's the nose pirouettes, however, that the Evo apparently does better than anybody else, and the police don't really know what to do with said Evo. It does get respawned and can continue. Yeah, some impressive pirouettes right there. Picture perfect with a Drift Bel Air managing to get into a lot of trouble. Didn't quite get the change of direction right through there. Ends up stuck in an alleyway, and when I say stuck, really well and truly Austin Powers it right there. There is no chance for the poor Bel Air to get out of that one. You have all the places you could have put the car, that's the one place that it can't really move. I think actually the front wheels are even off the ground as well. A dog with an impressive parking job. It clipped a sign, it went for 3 or 4 rolls, and that's the Lamborghini fitted just about in the gap. I mean, it could have perhaps scored, I'd give it about a 6.5 out of 10. Could have scored more points with there having been a parking space to have landed incorrectly, but still found a way into the gap pretty well. The police on Need for Speed Payback cause many chaoses. This Camaro being chased by the FailRace Police Department. Now, the police actually relatively effective in the initial takedown in this. The car tries to make the corner, the police gives it a nudge, and it's a massively violent roll and tumble down the hill. However, watch the police car's re-entry to the, well, I say re-entry to the road. It's more of the fire into space. It just gets catapulted back onto the road there, and the dot on the minimap vanishes as well, so we can only assume that it has actually gone to orbit and is well clear of the city. Lopsa on Need for Speed Underground 2 is racing at 206. It was a 206 at one point. That gets launched. It carries too much speed, bounces off the wall across in front of traffic, and the Mustang is a impromptu flip car in all of this. The Peugeot managing to clear the circuit and end up on a part that it really shouldn't be. There is an invisible wall to the left, and you can't get back through the solid wall on the right, and no matter what you do, the Peugeot is stuck. The car actually gets reset back to the infield, so that's not going anywhere. Golden Piggy on a turbo dismount with a interesting roll for the train. We've seen cars roll off of curbs and many different things, but off a crash test dummy, that's well done. Well done for managing to use the dummy to launch the vehicle for a perfect roll. A Hash Brown on Automobilista with a proper sounding Formula car. Carries a bit too much speed though through this corners across the grass. It is a massive twitch as he tries to catch it, and that's not where you want the car to be heading backwards across a banking. That's a big flight through the air. Although when you have an orange and black car, you've got to expect it's going to end up upside down at some point. And finally, I am Larson on Automobilista also with, there's a little bit of chaos at the start of Macau. One of the cars just didn't move off the line, and that caused some problems for the vehicles around. I'm not sure if this is following the player or following an AI car, but as they head through the very, very quick corner, it's a big flip for the green and yellow guy. Just pings off the wall, just the tiniest amount, enough to send it across the track and clip the vehicle it was alongside. And you don't have small accidents at high speeds around a circuit like this one. One of the AI cars, one of the vehicles managing to drive underneath the stricken Lotus as well in all of that. That, though, is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. At the very top of the page is the FailRace clip submission section, and there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. However, that is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.